Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronosplays Apollo Justice. Today, I'm ready to catch him. Daring Crescent, get ready for justice! This is a good time as I need to pause for a beat. Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, shit. I guess I could have waited a little bit last episode to get to a recess point. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready for the time we begin. I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are here. Very well, court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess. Yeah, I know. Well, no, I just loaded a save, so, you know, we're good. Yeah. Damn it. God damn it. Apollo, I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lemaire's performance? The reason why she was in the air vent, and the switch, and the flaming guitar. When you link it together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Oh, hi. Huh, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say hey. I don't even bother hoping. Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trudy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? What do you mean, like an undercover? Like Mr. LaTroy's, only shorter and not as well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Maybe. Anyways, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Are you high? Trudy, is he a drug addict now? Because he definitely kind of appears like a drug addict a little bit. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Toby off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after the detective, aren't you? Daring Crescent. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under this current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our diva divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch, the switch, a piece of jewelry, and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things, the flaming guitar too. All because you lack definitive proof for of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, or burns, or explodes, or just gets everywhere, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. I was gonna say singed for a second, but I'm not that dumb today. What do I do? Like I said, good luck, and be aware that it'll be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you for our detective friend, Detective Sky. Emma? Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snack material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Oh my god, are you saying that the gunshots, the second gunshots, were fireworks? I mean, I get it. Yeah, they can sound a little bit like gunshots. My mom always thinks they're gunshots whenever she hears fireworks. So, you know. Thankfully they're not, because, good lord, there'd be a lot of shootings around during the summertime if there were. Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thing! Right. This. Well, finally oh, okay. So one device was to burn up the guitar, which got destroyed in the process. This one was meant to light a firework. Or fireworks. Finally some evidence that makes sense. Found the crime scene, bearing gunpowder. Oh, that's all for me. Yeah, well, that's not all for me. So, you think this was some kind of firecracker? Yeah, or one of those noisemakers like you shoot off on New Year's. Did you know that in China they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So it's kind of the same thing. Really? I had no idea. Well, you do not. Did you know this? It takes more than 500 peanuts to make... Wait, I'm sorry. Well, did you know this? It makes more than 500 peanuts to make one 10-ounce jar of peanut butter. At least my useless facts had something to do with the evidence. I mean, he's right. See you after the verdict. Maybe, unless they arrest you. Alright. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find, Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off? Okay. He walked out of the door just like that. Just like a magician, normally. What does he want us to do? I think he wants to set him on fire. No conventional methods. What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense. We'll like piss him off and have him confess on the stand. Stand? I don't know why I said it like that. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. Robble. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian, was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with this matter at the hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Here, forehead. Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescent. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescent, Detective Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gavineers. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation changed, Darian. And don't call me partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Well, yes, it is high time we did. Let us hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to the mayor's testimony, if in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be the national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Huh. You mean America? Conventional methods are out of the window, huh? Here goes nothing. So what, you don't want me to press? Wait, I don't... What do you mean conventional methods out the window? Like, do you not want me to press? Gotta be a little more, like, obvious with that, though. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots, as if. Didn't Detective Emma Skye hear those gunshots during the third set? Or anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So if you claim the mayor's testimony was... So you claim the mayor's testimony was a lie. Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect the kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hands just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Skye, I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. Can't do this with the mayor's testimony alone. I'll have to find some kind of way to prove when the shooting took place. Okay. Which I'm assuming are the fireworks. You don't have any proof she was lying. Oh, yeah, kid? You saying I lied? No, I'm just saying, Polo, glare back at him! I couldn't help it. I flinched by reflex. I'll get over it. Detective Crescent. Yeah, what do you want? Oh, nothing. Apollo, chin up, back straight. You're wilting. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way that Diva remembers my voice. So it's not that very distinct, clearly. You never talked to her, even though you were playing on the same concert. Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't you there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Amira's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it, I just can't prove it. And I need proof. We know she missed the words. The mixing boy proved it. Oh yeah? There was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves that there was a mistake in the song. A miscue. So, she just flubbed it up big time. That's all. She spins the story about the gunshot to protect the kid and cover her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lemaire is an artist. She just flubbed it up. There's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. Huh. She's got you too, alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's way over my head. I'm detecting a rift in the Gavineer's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. If you ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. I haven't seen a pick in a long time. Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots, quotes. Neither I or Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Huh. Guess you and Lemire got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. Okay, so I gotta present the fireworks to this one. What we must determine is whether those shots were actual gunshots. I gotcha. Machi heard them too! Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So how do we figure out what those gunshots were during the third set were? Okay. At least it's blatant. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think the diva heard me in that room. I'm back to relying on Lemire's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darian forehead show, there's no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. That means the Gavin and Darian show's cancelled. Neither of your claims can be proven or disproved. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lemire as the liar, isn't it? Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case. Huh, this is tough. So what do we do? I got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he said he did. This one? Is this one, right? Objection! Something we found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains are something burnt, not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What, you think Detective Sky works for you? I received reports this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial, just in case. It raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. You got an active imagination. Oh, wait, you got an active imagination, don't you? Well, you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a little too convenient to me. How so? You're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when two witnesses came walking by? It's right! Darian was out on the stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage then? If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one here to hear it, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? Irk. How did I explain this? He may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it. He may not look it. Partner, gee, thanks. That reminds me. I happened to pass through the very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset. Kind of like the kind all the band and staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up right in front of the door of the dressing room. What if the headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on the stage. Pfft. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There's no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, here, Forehead. I have a question for you. For me? The United and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. Certain possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of a gunshot. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake, but we can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while a little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue cross-examining will be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think. You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean through? Like, here? Oh. It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue the cross-examine then, shall we? Witness your testimony, if you would. This is gonna be easy. This isn't gonna be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast. You ready, kid? Cause I am. In the second set of, this new? The gunshot heard during the third set could have been, yeah, what? Some kind of setup? Heard that one before. Ugh. We need proof, Apollo! We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set! Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. What do you mean? Well, Amir said she heard them, right? Oh! So we need a... okay. Right. It's the mixing board. Somewhere in the mixing board there are gunshots, right? Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussion during cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, sorry. Just let me take a quick look through the court records. You're right. Let's take a quick look through the court records. So somewhere in here... she's track 1, right? Lamira? When did she disappear, though? Just listen to it, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Okay. How do I... So right at the second one. I'm guessing we just present the mixing board. We'll probably have to go through this again. So let's just present the mixing board then. Pretty eager. Yeah, I know. Let's get back there. Present. Oh, I keep going to the end there. It seemed there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamira's song. Her song? What exactly is this device thingy? A new variant of gramophone, perhaps. What? Oh, come on, we just used this. Don't get me started on a gramophone. This device was used to record our performance, the performance part by part. Part? You move the sliders to adjust the volumes. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lemire's voice included. Oh, but what does that prove? According to Lemire's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at the moment. I already did, dog! We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. Yeah, he's sweating. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in the dressing room out on the stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We're all deeply involved in our performance, but Lemire's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. Then let's get to analyzing the record. Right now. Lemire stopped singing when she heard the gunshots. Find the spot, and I'll find the gunshots. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. Here. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lemire's vocals. Alright. I guess we're gonna have to listen through it all anyways. Oh, I did hear something faintly there. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This is how it has to be some kind of mistake. My hair's going limp. Get the Viagra! I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lemire's testimony was true. Order. So, she was telling the truth about what she heard. Yeah, I mean, that does seem to be the case. Can we just skip this? No? Okay. I mean, fair enough. Oh, sorry, we're back. For some reason, I thought I fucking literally was like zoning out. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. But why do we only have one gunshot on the recording? Weren't there 2 bullets fired from this weapon? Lemire was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must have not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed through the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Miss Choice's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day. Your performance? Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, here, Forehead. Yeah, when we found the error. I know. To be fair, his flub wasn't that bad. It was like one little part. I thought it was strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, you what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you talking about? We're talking about the murder weapon. Miss LaCroix's 4-5 hand cannon. Yeah, I mean, if it was a hand cannon, I don't know if it was, though. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't have go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. More so if you actually have a medical precondition where your joints easily dislocate, but sure. Wait, you mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself during the shooting? Ha, you're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent, I'm a trained police officer, you know. I had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. A standard sidearm issued to a police officer is a .38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. LaTrois, which suggests that there was a struggle between the killer and the victim. So the killer might have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Might not have been holding the revolver correctly. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves Rolled Up Ready for Action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Me? My sleeves aren't really that rolled up, but sure. So which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on tape that could be anything. Not really. I mean, there are ways to determine if it was a gunshot noise. I mean, maybe not back in this time, but still. Do you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback? I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to this case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Come on. Why would I even want to kill the manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Oh, maybe you're a psychopath. A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Troyce had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes. Not even once. Let's see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, now I need to find a motive. It's gonna be like cocoon stuff, right? Right? I would imagine? Now, come on. Yeah, press. Her manager, sure, but Mr. Troyce was. Oh, sorry. An Interpol agent, wasn't he? I was just I have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing as you get wasted. Oh, yeah, that's a proper response to someone's murder that I'm innocent of doing. That's cold, dog. Not that it matters, either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. I mean, not really, but sure. Darian, you're a detective of the internal affairs. Yeah? What of it? Even if this was Mr. Troyce's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs? That's right. Well, Detective Crescent, that's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're an international... See? Me and Plains got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much. My condolences here, Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country. I can guarantee that. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. I guess? So you didn't fraternize with him at the concert or at all during the concert? Fraternize? I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now, the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So, you see... You sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations, I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who's you're accusing of what. Here, Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using this motive to question as ammunition, huh? Well, I got ammunition too. Evidence! Well, not really, but, no motive. It's either here or here. We'll try this one first. Present. Replica? No, music stopped. Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. That Crescent. Ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Never seen one that color. It's a rara only found in the Republic of Boginia. Nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Choice, does it? It does. Wait, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is this one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you make, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative for what? Apparently it's most effective at treating a disease thought incurable. It's the only medicine of the kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Boginia. Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Profits? Yeah, that's what been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon, yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. Yeah, actually, it's fucking shocking how actually deadly a lot of the medicines that people use are. Like, it's... yeah. What? There was an incident several years ago, where some of these got onto the black market, caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export, one regularly enforced by Interpol among others. Interpol. Right. The victim, Romaine Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but this is misleading. Romaine Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That's what you're trying to say. I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. So I was going to sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why? Perhaps it's time for another testimony about the smuggling of cocoon business. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. I mean, let's be honest here. It doesn't matter how hot something is, you can always find a buyer on the black market. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Choice undercover. You kids think up the craziest things. But no way I'm gonna risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to the reports, these cocoons are on the top of Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. It's the only motive I got. He's up to something, and I'm gonna find out what. Okay. That memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoons to plan this. Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them. Well, Lemire knew about them, though not their use. My reports indicate there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoon. Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's all. Then I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all. You could say people like me know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in the internal affairs, man. Everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah. Okay. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Choice. Of course there are, man. What the fuck? You think he was the only dude in the department? All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing them through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that... Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're a part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed. Yeah, cocoon smuggling, blah blah blah. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Oh yeah, inattention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into a Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get them to cut his hair too. Who's that trial here again? Man, you're so obviously you're so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing? Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. I mean, yeah, right. I guess as a lawyer you want some information about it, which is why you know how to find the loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off on international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to do, but down, Darian, as you said, there are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Bulgarian customs are all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap out every word that Diva says. Why I oughta? Oughta what? You want some of this? I'll shave your fucking head. Chill, both of you. Let's just cool, yeah? Screw cool. I want this guy's head on a stick. Outside my office! The replica has to be the key to this motive. There's gotta be some way to find out what he's up to. Okay, so we didn't get fucking shit there. Okay. I don't know. Let me think. I'm thinking. So if you're not selling them on the black market, what are you doing with them? Do you need the cure? Well, how would you do that? Do you know how to process the medicine yourself? Are you I don't know, are you a lab worker pharmacist guy? And we don't know if you even know anyone that is sick. Well, the judge knows the what? The son of the Chief Justice, but do you know them? Are you like close to them? Like, why would you do that if that was the case? There's no other connection. If you're not selling them, we have no evidence for a black market. There's a connection that there's someone sick with the Chief Justice's son, but I don't know how you come into play with that. And if I did have to present this somewhere, where? Dangerous, lucrative. I guess. Objection! Music stops. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell it to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article. That's about the Chief Justice's. Okay. So you were going to sell it to the Chief Justice? A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. Not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incurtus. Incurtus? I've heard of that somewhere. You went to visit the victim of the disease this morning, you weirdo. Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying. A witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his own son's life? But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal. That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever get out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. Detective Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyways? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope to be for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made the deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well, oh yeah, and you're forgetting one thing important. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Borginian Customs barely sleeps, so they're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we are informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Oh, so this one's new? Is this one new? So just how far is the how strict is the custom check? Very way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall being a bit extreme. They're even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. It would be hard to distinguish them. That's right, Gavin was in Borginia, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detector several times. Had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop. These are new. These are all new. So, well, okay, not all, but the last 3 are new. That's pretty extreme. Borginia has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore security. The Republic of Borginia is peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. Well, I mean, if it's the only place the cocoons are from, they probably wouldn't want it getting out and poisoning a bunch of people, right? Because that would be like chemical warfare, yeah? Well, a potential case for chemical warfare. You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling. Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few things. A few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I would be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course. I wait for our judicial system. Okay. So I have to... find a connection? That... Not a connection, but like... I mean, yeah, a contradiction connection, something? What do you want me to do? How would you get it through customs? I don't know either, Venus. But you know what I think it's time for? Yeah, I'm ending the episode, Venus. You're right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye.